Hey guys, welcome back to a new third win video. Today we're going to be doing Victorious Characters Ranked. I'm doing this based off of like kind of my own preference and how much I like the character, and I'll give my thoughts on each character as we go along. Make sure to subscribe if you like this kind of content, as we make it a lot, so you'll be able to see it in your feed. But without further ado, let's get into it. First, number 9, I have Trina. Trina to me just comes off as like the first word that comes into my mind always is annoying. And in most scenes, she's just there to kind of stir it up, do something weird, and she's just also very selfish as well. I'm just not a big fan of Trina, and there are moments where she shows some heart, or she tries something new, but it's just always, you know, she's just not my favorite. Next, we got Sinjin at number 8. And Sinjin's here because I feel like one of his only purposes in the series is just to kind of cause a quick laugh, or just because he's weird, he comes in and does something weird, and he doesn't. We don't really get his personality fleshed out as much as I would want to, because I think he would be a really cool character if they fleshed him out a little bit more. Maybe they gave him a whole episode where they go to his house and like weird stuff happens, and we get to learn a little bit more about him. But we don't get that, so he goes in number 8 for me. Number 7, I have Rex. Rex is number 7 because to me he's good at what he does, but he's just very one-dimensional. He does that, he doesn't change, um, and that's okay. I get in some cases, but once you get to that season 3, it just gets kind of repetitive, and I liked where they were going, where Robby maybe would not have Rex, but don't get me wrong, I like Rex, and it's really funny, and I'll get to Robby in a moment, because my next character is Robby. Um, Sometimes it's hard to explain why you like a character more than another. One of my criteria for this was like, how would the show be without this character? Would it still be fine? And obviously that doesn't really work with Trina, but when I get higher up, I'll explain for my number ones how it makes more sense. But for Robby, I liked his character development when he hides behind the puppet, and he's kind of the nerdy, kind of shy kid, but he doesn't come off as terribly likable to me. And a lot of scenes, like, I'm thinking like, oh, who here could I live without? And usually it's Robby. I just prefer the other characters in the show, and maybe that's just due to how he's written, as a character. But obviously, Robby's great still. I love the Robby focused episodes as well, like Robby Razzi and all that. But to me, sixth place. I like that he's relatable as well. Coming in at number 5, I have Kat, and I know there are some of you who are wondering why is Tori not on this list already, number 6 or 5, and well, for me, Kat is she was great in the first season and unique, but then they like turned it up to 11, almost like if anyone's seen Anchorman, how they took Brick from like, you know, somewhat kind of weird, and sometimes is really funny, and they don't go overboard, but in the second Anchorman movie they go overboard. They just push the thing the character does a lot, and it makes him one dimensional in a way. The same thing happens with Kat, and they make her crazier and crazier, and I'd say almost dumber and dumber. She acts like a 7-year-old, which is fine, and she obviously shows moments of maturity, but it's she's one dimensional. I think some of the other characters in the show are are more likable, but she is very entertaining. I'll give her that. At number 4, you finally, I know people really like to hate on Tori, so we get Tori. Um, Tori's number 4 for me. She's okay. I'll start with why she's this high. I think Tori gets a lot of hate, and she's kind of like the jack of all trades of the show. She can be smart, she can be talented, she can be really friendly. Sometimes, you know, you know, she has all these aspects, but also she's not perfect. She makes mistakes. One of her more unforgivable mistakes is kissing Kat's boyfriend. That was oh, it's too far, and I understand, but everyone makes mistakes, and I like that Tori is human. She can be insecure, all of these things. She's not one-dimensional. You don't see that kind of dimension with characters like Rex or Kat for me as much as you see with Tori, and she's our main character, so I think that she's actually better than some people give her credit for. Um, Next we got Beck. Beck is this kind of chill, cool character, you know, fairly reliable. Um, and I don't have much to say about him except that he's just like he's level-headed and he's chill and he's cool. Like he's a guy who you genuinely kind of, you know, resonate with. You know, he's just very likable, and that brings me to my number two, which I, you know, for the same reasons. You know, he's got a different personality, but for the same reasons, Andre is also in number two. You know, he is also can be very chill, but he's always positive. You know, there's no reason why anyone would hate Beck or Andre because they just give off this really attractive energy. You know, and Andre is really expressive, and he's just so nice as well. I like his love for music and his ambition as well. So those two characters, for the same kind of vibe reasons, they go in two and three. But then we got Jade at number one, and this comes back to the whole what would this show look like without this character? And without Jade, you miss the edge. Um, and the edge is actually really important, I think, and having this kind of character that's not really a villain, but kind of in a way to Tori. And I think she has levels to her. She's has depth. She can show heart. Um, and I just like her interactions with just about every character in the show. Um, and deep down, you know, there's a character with a really big heart, and I really like Jade. She just entertains me every time she's um, on screen, and she even cracks some jokes. And I don't know. This is going off of kind of my own feeling, and this is how I'd put them. Um, I'd like to hear your own list, and I'd like you to explain yourself as well because it's interesting to me how different people react to exactly the characters in the show because they're all quite likable, and ranking them is difficult. But this is how I do it, and I've explained myself. So it's your turn now. Let me know. Leave a like if you like this video. Subscribe if you want more of this kind of content, and also leaving a like lets me know that you like Victoria's content, so maybe I'll do more in the future. Um, but that's it for now, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys around.